Hi everyone, as discussed in the unit outline and the introduction to this course, you have additional resources provided with your textbook. I just want to talk you through these so that you can get the best out of these. So when you get your textbook, you'll get a special code that when you go onto the McGraw-Hill Connect website, you can sign in and enter that code, and then you get access to these resources. Let me show you these resources. So I'll just put this on student view and show you all the features of this website. So firstly, you get an ebook. This is an electronic version of the textbook, and it's excellent. It's a great way to make your textbook portable so that you don't need to bring it along to class, or if you're traveling. You can also highlight the ebook and add notes to the ebook, so a really fantastic resource. Learn Smart, this is an adaptive study guide to help you revise your learning and see areas where you need to improve and areas where you've mastered. Thirdly, there's additional student resources. In this area, you've got a glossary of terms, you've got the PowerPoint slides for each chapter of the textbook, and you've also got all the databases referred to, the data sets referred to in the textbook. Let me go through in more detail the Learn Smart and the Smart book. So just to let you know, we adapted Connect as part of the textbook because we had a lot of feedback from students saying they wanted more of a tailored learning approach, and so that's what this gives you. It doesn't just provide you, multi-choice questions, endless multi-choice questions to work through. It actually adapts the questions to your learning and provides more questions in areas that you need further help. So once this loads, we can actually see what this is all about. So when it loads, it should load onto the table of contents page, and here you can see you've got the 12 chapters, and you've got something called notes and underlines. So if you do add notes and underlines to the textbook, it will be in there, and you can actually search by those. And there's reports in terms of how you're going with all the study, the self-study. So let me click on chapter 1 here, self-study. Okay, so what it's done is it's opened at the multi-choice area, the questions to help with your revision, but I'll just click on the read section, see just down the bottom here, because when you first open it, it opens on this read section, and so you can see this is the textbook in electronic form, and you click next section, and you can see you can highlight and add notes and so on. But then what you need to do to practice your learning once you've read through the chapter is to just click on this practice link down the bottom here, and it'll take you to some multi-choice questions to help revise with your learning, but it's really clever. So let me just show you how it works by going through a few questions. See how in this section, this is for chapter 1, there are 15 items, and they'll be different every time you go through. But let's work through a few of these. So the question is, a variable that assumes a meaningful numerical values is called a what? So in this case, once you've read the chapter, you'll know that means the answer is quantitative variable. So you need to answer the question, but not only that, you need to provide a level of confidence. So you might say, look, I'm really confident with this, I know it. And it says, yep, your answer's correct, well done. And so go on to click OK. So now you can see we're down to 14 items. If we'd got that question incorrect, we'd be still on 15 items and would be given another question similar to that one further along with the testing. Now this question requires you to answer a word in the box here. It is important that you spell the word correctly and that you have the correct word, otherwise it will be marked incorrect. So be kind to yourself with these questions. So the question says, descriptive statistics refers to the something of important aspects of a data set. So the summary of important aspects of a data set. So I'm fairly sure that this is the answer here, but if I wanted to check that, I could click on this button here, read about this, and therefore it takes you to this section here where you can actually revise this to help understand that question if you're not sure. So descriptive statistics refers to the summary of important aspects of a data set. Okay, so summary is definitely the correct word, and so we can click I know it. Excellent. Okay, so this one, which of the following would be considered time series data? check all that apply. So there may be more than one correct answer here. So have a look through. The price of Kraft cream cheese collected in 100 supermarkets on the 31st of January. No, that's cross-sectional. The average monthly rainfall collected for 120 months. Yep, that's time series. The close of trade value of New Zealand stock market index for all days in 2015. Yes. The number of insurance policies held by different types of householders in West Australia in April 2015. No. So I think it's just those two, and I'm going to say think so. And it's saying your answer is correct. Okay. So now let's try to get one wrong so we can see what happens there. Which measurement scales are associated with quantitative data? So quantitative data is interval and ratio. So this is the correct answer here. Let's just answer that and go to the next question so we can see. Okay, now let's try to get this one wrong. To draw worthwhile statistical conclusions, it is essential to check all that apply. Use appropriate statistical analysis. Yep, that's right. Have powerful statistical software that can be used to determine data conclusions automatically. No, that's the human element. We need to be involved with the conclusions. Have data that is complete and does not misrepresent what it's trying to measure. Communicate the results. So the first one, third and fourth are correct, but let's tick this one and let's say no idea. See, so it says, sorry, you have the wrong answer. And it actually gives you a bit of an explanation as to why that would be the wrong answer. Okay, so provides some useful feedback, but also we can go to read about this if we want to know more about that in the textbook in that section. Also have a look here, 11 items left. That's how many items were here when we started that question. And now when we go on to the next question, we still have 11 items. So you can't just simply click through. It really is about tailoring it to your learning and making sure that you are really understanding the sections of the textbook before moving on. So that's enough of the questions. Let me just show you one other feature here. If we go to reports, this is really helpful for your learning moving forward. So what this tells you is your current learning status in terms of if you've completed it, or number of items left, and time you might need to spend on that chapter, and maybe the number of items that needed refreshing. Okay, and so because I haven't completed anything in chapter 2, I've got 18 items to complete, probably would take me 18 minutes and so on. So it gives you a really good idea of how much time is needed to complete this. And then if you click on topic scores, it also shows you how much time you spent there and how you went. So 15 out of 15 for the first topic. The third one, not so good. So I need to work a little bit more on that. I only spent 7 minutes so far. So that's very helpful. Here is also really helpful. This is combining the confidence level with the skill level. So you know how you have to put your level of confidence. And so it says the percentage that you are aware of. So 55% I said I knew were correct, and they were correct. Answers that you didn't know the answer for, and you were aware of that, unaware that you knew the answer, and so on. So this kind of gives you an idea of, you know, your confidence level and how you're going with that, which is really important with a topic like statistics. Lastly, second lastly, this is my tree of knowledge. You can see it's just a bit of a stump at the moment, but as you complete the chapters, this starts to grow into a tree, so it's another motivational tool. Lastly, there's a practice quiz. So once you've completed all of the chapters and you might be preparing for your exam, you might want to do the practice quiz. So that's just selecting a couple of these topics, or all of them if you like, and you can see the items going up. Those 5 chapters give you 296 questions, and then you can start the quiz. So you know, you could do all of them or maybe just one chapter at a time, but again, another really useful tool to help you revise. Okay, so that's McGraw-Hill Connect associated with your textbook. I really hope you spend the time to have a look around. It's a really useful tool and will really help with your study if you give it some time. And so I really look forward to seeing you connect with Connect. Thank you.